So my name is Mae Estes, and I'm a country music singer. I am originally from Southwest Arkansas, a town called Hope, Arkansas. And people know that town because Bill Clinton was born and raised there. And so there's a sign when you drive in that says, "Welcome to Hope," birthplace of Bill Clinton, and I'm coming for that sign. I want my name right under Bill's. It could be a smaller font, but I'm coming for the sign. Grew up rodeoing and started singing around age 7. My first time to sing was the national anthem at, I think it was a 4-H play day, which is essentially a rodeo. My mom ran the books for the rodeos, and so they always played a LeAnn Rimes version of the national anthem. And I told her one day that I could sing that better than LeAnn could. And so she said, "Get after it, sister," and gave me a microphone. And with my 7-year-old confidence, I went out to the middle of the rodeo arena and sang about a 10-minute rendition of the national anthem and embarrassed myself publicly for the first time, I think. But that was my first one where I was like, hold on, I have the opportunity to connect with a ton of strangers here. Like, I had a lot of people's attention all at one time, and I just caught the entertainment bug. And it made me feel seen. It made other people feel seen. Something about the experience itself was just magic. So that's when I decided that I was meant to make music for a living. So I sang all through high school and was ready to go to Belmont University in Nashville, and it just wasn't in the cards for me. I come from a super supportive family. Like, my family has believed I would get exactly where I am and further since I was born, it feels like. I'm so grateful for them. Yeah, I just don't come from money. But anyways, I got my degree, and like I had planned since I was 7 years old, I moved to Nashville, Tennessee in 2015. My mom's dad was in a bluegrass band with this guy who was in Nashville's mom, and his name's Josh Matheny. He ended up taking me under his wing, finding me a roommate to live with at the time, but that was my first connection when I moved to town. Otherwise, I didn't know anybody. I'd never used a parking meter when I moved to Nashville before. I mean, super small town. It was an absolute culture shock for me. In 2020, a pandemic hit and threw all of us for a loop. I had no idea what I was gonna do, and for the first time was like, I think I have to move back home. And about that time, one of my friends, Autumn McIntyre, had just found a publishing family. They were hearing me sing a lot of the demos that she was submitting, and so they kept asking about my voice, and that's when it all changed. Shortly after that, I stole my publisher, who's now my manager, from publishing and moved her to management. Kendall and I hit the ground running. I released my first EP before the record. Ended up getting a little attention from that. The fans really loved it. Got a call for a meeting with Allison Jones from Big Machine. Brought in those songs, brought in a few more. I brought in some of the ugly stuff that I really like to cover, and she brought in Scott Borchetta, and no one was scared of my ugly, and they all were actually excited about it, and that's how I knew I'd found the right home in Big Machine Records. And they really made me feel like I was exactly who I was supposed to be, and that they didn't want to change any of that, but that they were the avenue for me to get those songs to as many people as possible, which is what's most important to me. That's what I feel like I was meant to do, is to create music the way it authentically comes to me, and I want to give everyone the opportunity to either decide they like it or they don't. I've had a lot of crazy dreams come true. I've gotten to play the Grand Ole Opry. Just recently got to sing on the Ryman stage for the first time. Also won my first songwriting award. That was the Rising Artist Writer for the 2024 AIMP Awards. Felt like Nashville finally welcomed me into the country music family. And I think my time truly is coming around. I think it really does take every bit of that 10 years for my story specifically, but as long as I'm getting to make music I believe in, that's somehow where I pull the work ethic, and those people who connect to that music are what keeps me doing it. What I should have done ain't what I went and did. Yeah, what I should have done ain't what I went and did.